welcome back, Millville Foodies. And before you do anything, I need you to hit the like and subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss what's coming out of Millville's kitchen on today. And so today we are doing bacon pecan cinnamon rolls. And for your ingredients, of course, you're going to need bacon. You're going to need about a half a cup of brown sugar. You're going to need about, I would say, a half a cup of crushed pecans. We're also going to be using the big size crescent rolls, not the small cans, but the bigger size. And you can make your own caramel, guys, but this is an easy recipe, so we didn't feel like making caramel, so we got the Sunday caramel, and we also got cinnamon. And so the first thing you want to do, of course, is start cooking up your bacon, getting that crisp and ready, and setting that to the side. And guys, I'm using a 6 muffin pan, a 6 cup muffin pan, because you can use the small ones, but I think the bigger ones are better. You can also use a circular pan and put them all where they're touching. I've done that as well. But the first thing you want to do is put about a tablespoon of caramel in each one of your cups. Now, we did spray this with cooking spray, but guys, let me tell you, just because you sprayed this with cooking spray does not mean they're going to come out perfect every time. But you'll see what I'm talking about in the end. And then we crushed about a half a cup of pecans, and we put about a tablespoon in each one of those cups. Also, I will say, be prepared. Like when you cook this, you need to cook this at the appropriate time and the appropriate temperature, because you can actually burn your caramel and these not turn out right. So that's the only withdrawal. Like, you have to get that perfect cook time and that perfect temperature, and we'll talk about that at the end. And so I have about a half a cup of brown sugar, maybe a little less, and then about a tablespoon of cinnamon, and we're mixing that all together. We want to get that really good and mix well, because we're going to be topping our crescent rolls with this. And so, guys, I'm using a piece of cookie sheet because it's non-stick. You can also use wax paper. I would not do this on your counter because that crescent dough is really sticky. And so what you want to do, you want to find the seam of this crescent dough. I didn't do it right, guys. I looked at the seam and thought I seen the seam, but I didn't. But you'll see, it's an easy fix once I realized where the seam was. But after you find the seam, you want to get it rolled out. And as you see, that wasn't a seam, but if I rolled it over, and there's the seam right there. Okay, so we had to get that corrected, but that's okay, because what you're going to have to do anyway, once you roll these out, you're going to have to pinch together the sides to connect them. And it's okay if they start coming apart. That's all right. It's a quick fix. Just go through, take your 2 fingers, and then pinch them to seam them back to make one complete whole dough. And that's what you see me doing right here. And also, guys, I am on TikTok as well. You can follow me on TikTok. And don't forget, guys, to share these videos. Post them on your post them on your Facebook, on any social media platform, Instagram. Let's get the word out about Millville. And as you see, we connected all our seams together. And so now we're just taking our brown sugar and cinnamon mix, and we're putting that all over our dough, and we want to get that spread evenly. Once you've gotten that spread evenly, you want to take the bacon that you cooked, and as you see, that wasn't all the bacon, but we ain't gonna talk about where that bacon went, okay? This is my kitchen. I do what I want, okay? And so what we did, we took our bacon that we had left over, and we just spread it evenly all over our brown sugar mixture. And once we got that spread evenly, we're getting ready to start rolling up our dough. Now, This can be, it looks hard, guys, but it's not. You just have to roll. Once you start rolling, you're going to roll and pinch, because as you roll, the seams will start trying to come apart. And even if they do, it doesn't matter, because when you roll and put this in the oven, they're all going to draw up together again anyway. But sometimes if you don't have it pinched enough, it'll fall apart. You're also going to see that as well. One of them did fall apart when I was taking it out of the pan. So you basically want to roll and pinch, roll and pinch. And then once you have it rolled all together, you just want to use your paper and push it the other way. And then you pinch that seam. And it's kind of hard because it's sugar, that brown sugar, and it causes it to be a little bit harder to pinch. But as you see, I'm just kind of tucking that in and getting that seam rolled. And I'm positioning it because I'm getting ready to cut it. And so once you got that together like that, you want to get ready to cut it. And how you cut this, because you're cutting this into 6 pieces. So you basically just cut down the middle. And once you cut down the middle, you cut each side into 3 pieces. And guys, I try to do them as even as possible because my kids are so petty. They will argue over which one is bigger and who gets the biggest one. Y'all know how kids do. And also, as I'm cutting, if you notice, I'm holding and cupping the end, because what happens is if you don't do that, when you cut it and you're not holding that end will push out like a pinwheel, and it'll be a weird shape. So just kind of hold those ends so they can stay together. And once you got those cut properly, you want to stick them in your pan. Now, when you stick these back in the pan with the pecans and the caramel, you don't have to push these down all hard, because that caramel and them nuts, they're going to bubble. It's going to bubble up all over your pan. And so you just want to lay them flat. Just lay it on top. You ain't got to worry about just kind of pushing them in, but just lay them flat. And then you're going to stick this in the oven on 375 for 15 minutes. Have your oven preheated. Put it in a hot oven, guys. Once you put it in the oven and you let it cook, then you bring them out. And what I did, I always take another cookie sheet and put it on a flat pan, and I put that on top of the hot pan, and then I turn it. Now, like I said, just because you use cooking spray doesn't mean that they're going to come out perfect. Sometimes they come out beautiful. Sometimes it's like, but they still good. But I'm going to show you how they turned out. And what I did, I got a knife. I lifted it up, and those that did not come out, I just kind of pushed it out with a knife. And as you see, some of your fillings still may be left in the pan. And so you're just going to take a spoon and spoon that caramel and nuts back onto the ones that it did not get all over on top of. And that's what I'm doing right now. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe. Don't forget to share. You all be blessed. Remember, honey, it's your kitchen. Do what you want. And you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you.